What's up everyone, it's Mike Sherrard, and today I'm going to tell you guys exactly how to pick the right real estate brokerage and office to work for. This is one of the biggest questions I get asked from different platforms on social media, so I'm going to tell you guys exactly what to look for and what to watch out for. Let's get into it. Alright guys, as mentioned, it's Mike Sherrard, better known on social media as The Purple Realtor. And today I'm going to talk about a question that many people have been asking me. It's something I get asked on Instagram a lot, Facebook, new agents who've plateaued. All kinds of different people are asking me this very simple, yet also somewhat complex question, which is how to choose the right real estate brokerage. So I broke it down to 5 steps, 5 critical things that I look for in order to choose the right real estate brokerage. As you guys may or may not know, I started at RE/MAX and ended up after 4 months switching to a brokerage called Redline Real Estate, which is more boutique. So I'm gonna make a separate video about why I made the transition from RE/MAX to Redline, but right now I'm gonna make a video about, generically speaking, how to choose the best brokerage for you. So let's get into these 5 steps. The first thing I look for is mentorship. Now, this is something that often gets overlooked, but is one of the most fundamental and critical things that any realtor needs to look for, especially if you're a new agent. You need to go to a brokerage that is willing to help you grow. They're willing to mentor you in whatever way you want to take your business. So for me, I like to take a more media focused approach to my business. So I wanted to work with a brokerage that had that kind of offering to me, whether it be from a personal mentor or just the brokerage in itself. You need to work with a brokerage that's willing to help you bring those dreams to reality. So for me, one of the biggest things in choosing the brokerage I went with is the fact that the CEO is very hands-on, and so is the broker. So they're willing to mentor you and help you grow and overcome these obstacles and plateaus that so many of us realtors seem to run into. So mentorship's a huge one. Whether you're a new agent or an experienced agent looking to take it to the next level, you need to look out for a brokerage that's willing to help you achieve that in the best way possible. Number 2 for me was systems and platforms. So one of the things I look for is, how is this brokerage, in terms of how it's set up, how is it gonna offer something to me that's gonna help take my business to the next level? So for example, the brokerage that I'm with right now has a lead capture platform called Boomtown. So that's like a CRM, it's a lead capture, all different kinds of things like that. And they also use things like Facebook Workplace to put little things in there that they don't let the public know, but they give to us in order to help us stay ahead of the game, ahead of other agents of different brokerages. So they've got different systems like that in order to make our lives easier. Again, similar to the brokerage that I'm working with, we have our own admin staff. So I looked for a brokerage that was gonna help make my job easier as an agent, but allow me to be more effective with my job. So look for a brokerage that's going to give you something, not just have you pay this fee and get nothing for it, but a brokerage that's going to give you tools in order to be a better agent and be more productive and sell more homes and achieve those goals. So systems and platforms is very important, especially when you don't have to pay up front when a brokerage will already give it to you, because many of them will. Now, on the note of fees that I just mentioned, that's a very critical part. It's something that many people are hit and miss about, but I think it's actually important, because when you look at some of these brokerages that just have a big name but don't actually offer you anything, you have to pay these substantial fees and you almost, for most part, get nothing from it. So you're paying $1,000 or so a month just to be with that name. But when it comes down to it, many of these agents don't need that name because they're so strong and driven and hungry that they'll make a name for themselves. So fees are important, you know. At our brokerage, we have different fee structures for different people, which I think is fantastic, because that way, if you're just getting started, there's options to start at $0 a month, but take a higher split when you do make a sale. And then you can tier up from there to the point where you are paying a flat with no split. So look at the fee structure, because a lot of agents fail for monetary reasons. At the end of the day, they're paying such a high amount, and when you're not closing deals, some of this overhead is absurd, and that's why many people struggle financially. So look at finding a brokerage that's gonna help you financially while you get your feet under yourself and start to build that momentum, because you don't want to be struggling and thinking all the time about the financial struggle when you should be thinking about prospecting and social media and how to get your next deal. So fees are important. Like it or not, you need to go with a brokerage that's going to understand different realtors' positions based on your experience in the industry. The next thing that again is often overlooked is culture. So culture for me is a very big thing, and I'm gonna break it down into two things. Culture with the brokerage in terms of the hierarchical structure of it, but culture also amongst the agents. So one thing that I look for is the ability to be heard. You want to work with a brokerage that if you see a problem and you don't like how certain things are done, or you see ways that the brokerage could potentially improve as a whole, you want to be able to voice your opinion to who has control over that and have it be heard and actually taken seriously. So that's one of the things, is the mentorship, but also the culture amongst the people who are running this brokerage, in order to hear what you have to say, but also help you and the brokerage grow over time. Now, the next thing is the culture amongst the agents. A lot of brokerages seem to have this very competitive nature in a negative way amongst their agents. They're competing, trying to one-up each other, but it's almost in, like I say, a negative way, where they're not working together. They're not trying to help each other overcome problems and get to the next level. They're trying to beat each other out, and it almost creates this tension amongst the office where you're trying to compete against everyone and not grow as a whole and get better. Because at the end of the day, if you think about it, the better all of you become, the more deals you'll all be doing. You want to be amongst a culture of agents that's positive, driven, motivated, and willing to help each other out and become better agents. The last thing I'm going to say is look at opportunity. You want to be able to grow, and I talked about that a bit earlier, but also grow in different ways. You know, at the end of the day, some of us want to level up in different directions. I, per se, want to help my brokerage grow across North America, so I want to look for an opportunity and a brokerage that's willing to give me the opportunity to help them expand bigger, because right now they're just a boutique brokerage. Similar to friends that I have in brokerages like Keller Williams, where they have the Keller Williams Young Professionals Group. They have an opportunity for people to become leaders at a young age and help inspire other people. So look for a brokerage that's willing to give you opportunity to grow, to stand out, to level up, and to push yourself in other directions and other avenues than just your typical realtor avenue, because some people crave something more or different. So look at brokerages that are willing to give you those unique opportunities if that's something of your interest. All right, guys, so let's recap what I said here, because it's very important, and this is something that you need to take seriously, because I see so many agents start with all this motivation, all this drive, and then they go with the wrong brokerage because of what someone said, and then they fall flat because they've got no mentorship, they have no one helping them, and they feel lost. All that motivation is just deflated right out of them. So look at these 5 things again: mentorship, systems and platforms, fee structure, culture, and opportunity. Those are the 5 key things that I use to find the right brokerage and help other people find the right brokerages. If you have any questions about different brokerages or about finding the right one for you, please comment below, smash that like button, and please subscribe. We will see you guys next time. Cheers.